says I'm live, but there's no picture there. What's going on? Oh, maybe I should turn on my camera. Hello. So, screwed it up again. The problem is when I have the the live YouTube that for the topic that I'm doing today, and then I clicked on the members only one by accident. So I started the what should be the live video on the members only, even though I was sure I'd done it right this time. Give Sheree a minute to get back on. Am I on now? You guys see me now? Yeah, there I am. There, I can see you guys in the chat now. Hello, Serina. Thank you for being here. Susan Chamberlain. Sandy's working tonight, I'm pretty sure. Thank you for being here in the chat, Sandy. Tanya. Ori. All right, how's everybody doing today? See if Sheree will be back here in a minute. Had to end the other one and start the new one. But I'm here now, and I guess that's all that really matters. So, has anybody heard the news about the $2,000 dividend check? I guess it was very timely in that I decided to check on this with my cards, and then I opened my Facebook this morning. Always get the news first from there. If there's anything big happened in the world, instead of turning on, some other like mainstream news source, I check Facebook. It's always there first, and then whatever. If it's something, that's a big story, it's going to be on the headline news, but I always find it there first. And this time, I thought it was funny that the very first story that I saw on Facebook was from the Hodgkin twins. They're these black conservative Trump supporters. You guys ever heard of them? Cherie says she needs a new link. Okay. It should be the same one that you've used before, Cherie, but let me see if I can do that for you real quick. In fact, I'm going to have to do another one. So let me take care of that. Let me invite Cherie. Take a second to do that. I thought for sure I was going to do this flawlessly this time, but no. You would think I would have it figured out. I do this every freaking time. So I need to send Cherie one, but I also need to send one to my cards. Do that so I can get my top camera going. I was even here early to make sure I had all this done. Try this again. That's why the other one didn't work. Now I understand. This one. See, this is all stuff that I had set up before I came in, and now because I had to start a new stream, I have to do it again. All right. I'm going to turn off my camera for a minute because I need to set this up.
Yeah, Stacy says Mercury retrograde.
Is it? No, I mean, I understand that, but it's like I knew that this needed to be done, and I thought I'd done it right, but I did exactly right the wrong way. You know what I mean by that?
Yep, definitely.
So I'm not going to put all the blame on Mercury retrograde. but I thought for sure I had it right. Okay, so bear with me, folks. This is going to be a short broadcast anyway. Now, prepare yourself for a shocking view when I turn on this camera. You're going to see me like
Hello.
this. Yeah. Oh, wait. Okay, now I got it. This is the part that I do behind the scenes that you're not supposed to see. All right. Got that. Uh, Now I'm going to change my view to make it all look pretty. Go to immersive, click here. Why is it not letting me do it? What's going on? Click here, immersive. This one. I don't know what's going on here. Why is it not allowing me to change my view? Maybe if I turn on this camera, that's what it is. Got to turn this one on, and then I go here, and then I go to immersive, and then I do the magic. Boom. You see? Just like that. Got it. All right. Is everybody entertained? Are you not entertained at this moment?
Very entertained.
And the card camera is not quite right, but I'm not going to mess with that because that is difficult. So, anyways, yeah. So, the $2,000 dividend bonus. What do you guys think about that? I'm talking to the audience out there. The whole warning: the stream's current bit rate is under 3,000. It's lower than the recommended bit rate. Oh well, I don't know what to do about that. Okay, there's a few of you out there watching, and before I get into this, what do you guys think about the $2,000 uh, dividend bonus? Is this going to be a one-time deal? Are we going to get it once a year? Um, Twice a year? Is it going to be an ongoing thing? Is it going to increase or decrease? I
Stacy
agree.
says they have to vote, so look forward to what the cards say.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm glad Stacy's up on this. And right, so it's not guaranteed because I guess the Democrats have to pass it, and the Democrats have their own like relief that they want to introduce. I'm going to do something on that too. If you look in the comments or in the description of this video, I talk about the Democrats want to add $200 onto Social Security for 6 months, and that's so from January to July of 2026. Have you guys heard about that one? I believe all of
Whoop-de-doo.
it is part of Nasara. Sorry, and that's what I was going to say. Susan says I think it's the beginning of Nasara. Yeah, if you think about it, even like the stimulus checks from the pandemic era. I mean, does anybody remember, even in history, the government giving money, just like checks, cash to people? Has that ever happened before?
They said during the avian, no, during the swine flu, no, the avian flu, they did, but I never received any money back then either.
I don't
But I
remember.
guess some people did.
I don't know. Would that what do you what year was that, Sheree? That was like 2004, right?
Yeah. What year was it that, see, 9/11 happened in 2000,
2001. Where's the
2001? Okay, so
5,000 Doge did dividend? Stacy says. That one I
yes,
don't know.
it was a couple years after 9/11. So I was married to ex-husband number 6.
And Susan makes an interesting comment. In reality, there is no government. It's already been taken down. Yeah, I've heard like fringe commentators talking about that. I don't understand it, and I'm not going to say I don't believe it, but I just don't know exactly, you know, how that works. So so let's just do some cards on this. First, we're going to look at the dividend check and see, well, like Stacy said, is it going to pass the vote? Um, okay, so first, let me check my cards, make sure I got them all there and going the right way. Yeah, see, some got turned around. I don't like that. Yeah, like what other questions you guys have about the dividend checks? Hit me up in the chat. Let me know.
Well, Stacy is wondering where the 5,000 Doge dividends.
So,
So I think,
what do you know about that, Sheree?
well, basically, they were saying that with all of the cuts that Doge found that we could make to make our government work a bit better, that we should get dividends back from how much they were able to save. But I think between that and the tariffs is where Trump is getting the money to give everybody this $2,000. I assume. I don't know for sure.
So, do you think they're just gonna lump it all together, say that the Doge and the dividend check are all wrapped up in that $2,000, or or maybe it'll be more than $2,000. Um, okay, I got the cards ready. I got to shuffle. Did you know that when you shuffle a deck of cards, at that moment you have done something that's never been done in recorded history?
That's true because the cards may never be in that same position ever again.
They never will. Even with a
Exactly.
deck of 52, when you take a deck of playing cards and you shuffle them like that one time, you have just reordered them in a way that has never been done before and never will again. And if you do it several times, then you make sure of that. I just that's a kind of an amazing fact to think about, you know. This is a unique combination of cards that will never be again. Okay, Stacy says, is it a one-time 2000 payment? Dividend is usually something recurring, like quarterly or monthly. I agree with you. Okay, that's a great question. The first question must be, will will there be any opposition to this by the Democrats or by somebody who just wants to make Trump look bad? That could be the
I know.
rhinos, right? Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know because I don't do politics. Okay, first question. Uh, will this pass? And so will we be seeing a dividend check sometime in 2026? And I'm going to look for the timing of it. If you remember last week, I said uh, I asked when will the government open, and I got the outcome was the Queen of Wands. And I'm using this new system now where you equate days of the year or time or a time of the year with certain cards. and the Queen of Wands would be sometime towards the end of autumn, not the end of autumn, because that would be the king. So that would put us before Christmas and before the holidays. And I can't remember if I said before Thanksgiving, but if I didn't, I should have. But I have to admit that that one was kind of easy. I could have probably intuitively guessed that the government was going to open as before
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
because you did ask me when Thanksgiving was this year.
Hmm.
And Thanksgiving is the fourth Thursday of November.
Oh, it's the fourth. Why was I thinking it was the third?
I was thinking it was the third too. I don't know. I haven't had Thanksgiving for years, so I can't remember.
Some people say that that's a Mandela effect, that it used to be the third Thanksgiving and now it's the fourth. What do you guys think about that one? Okay, that's another
Yep.
tangent we won't go down yet. All right, so let's the question is the vote. So I'm not going to do the timing yet because it's voted on and then we'll know more about the timing. So let's do that first. Let's find
Okay.
out if the dividend check is going to be passed this whatever you want to call it. And so it's just a yes or no. Or there's that Queen of Wands again. But that's not the outcome. That's not the timing card. King and Queen. There's all the suffering that we've been going through. Well, not so much me, but you guys in America for raising your prices. There's a Three of Cups. Ah, oh no, not the dreaded Five of Cups.
Mm.
And you guys can't see the cards very well. I apologize for that, but I'm not going to mess with the camera. It is what it is. All right. Well, look, the Five of Cups is highly over demonized. Don't worry, the money is coming, but I think there's going to be some kind of debate about it, or who knows? Let me see. So if I were to do timing on that, uh, cups are springtime. Fives would be like earlier in the spring or yeah, mid spring. So let me see. Let me pull a couple more cards and ask why the disappointment? There's just some kind of disappointment about it. Is it going to be less? Well, that's not what the question was, though. The question was, will it be passed? Queen of Wands, King of Cups. Is there something in politics to do with the filibuster where they can like is that a thing? Do you understand that, Sheree? What a filibuster
Yeah,
is?
a filibuster is where they can get up there and talk for hours and hours and hours, and you can't interrupt them, and there can't be any vote until they're done. And Trump has been yelling the last couple of weeks about getting rid of the filibuster.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to say that there's going to be some type of tactic like that, a filibuster, but it's only going to delay it. It's not going to stop it, and this is just the beginning of a lot more that's going to be coming. Okay, so I'm not going to go too deep into this and add a whole lot to it, but I'm going to go with that. I'm going to make a mental note of this that I'm saying that it will pass. They can't stop it, but they're going to try to delay it with a filibuster. I'm sure it has something to do with elections, right? Isn't there some kind of election time coming up? I heard that that's going to be part of it. You know,
Yeah, 2026 is the midterm elections. It has to
okay.
do more being senators up for reelection in 2026.
So I'm going to go ahead and do. Okay, if it's going to be delayed, how much is it going to be delayed? When can we actually expect to see that $2,000 come? Right? Yeah, there's a speed bump in the road, and that's what sounds like to me, that there's going to be some kind of politics involved that's going to try to delay it. All right. So when? Now this is the card that the outcome is okay. So if the filibuster delay is in the first part of spring, and so that was a 5 of cups, then let's see how long it'll be delayed. Aha, justice. Gotta love that. This is something that I do believe that this is part of a universal reckoning that's happening, and power coming back to the people, and money is a representative of power. And so it's something that is justice that is due to all of us, right? Uh-huh. The 9 of cups, page of wands, I'm sorry, page of swords in the background, page of cups. Okay, here's the timing card. And if, by the way, if this is a major arcana, then I might have some trouble with the timing on it. But if it's a pip card, that will give us something with the, or a court card. All right. So that wouldn't be until late fall, being
Yeah,
the 9 of wands. Wands are autumn,
yeah,
and a 9 would be, if 10 is Christmas, then 9 would, so okay. I mean, I can, once again, I can make the safe call before Christmas of next year, which makes sense with the 5 of cups that we just saw. All right.
true.
That there's going to be this disappointment that it's not coming soon enough, it's not coming fast enough. And so I'm sorry for the bad news, but at least now you know if I'm right. And I don't claim to be 100% accurate, even though I can't think of a time when I said something that turned out to be absolutely wrong either.
True.
I'm sure I have. I just can't think of one. Okay, and then these clarifier cards, this Queen of Pentacles keeps coming up. So there's a lot of money out there to be distributed. And we are entering into an age where the way that we get our money is going to be on a different level. Okay, now I'm not talking about all the other things. I'm just talking about the dividend check. Um, by the way, this 9 of cups is through your prayers and powers of manifestation, we are going to make this happen as well. So it's very, very important that you stay positive. If when we're going through this time of the that the 5 of cups showed us, of delays and doubt and pessimism, it's important not to let that affect your ability to manifest it. Okay, so never lose hope. Never, don't get negative. All right. Okay, so this was the question of when, and so let's see. Hopefully, it'll be sooner because things can change. This is what's going on in the universe right now, but things change, timelines change. I know that sounds
You're
like
very,
just an excuse that uh, psychics and tarot card readers use for when they're wrong, but it's true.
it's true because, the black swan event may happen before even military is planning.
Good
So
point.
things could go faster, or some hiccups could happen and things could slow down and they have to take care of things in the background again that we don't know about.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hate to say it, but
and the very
that's what keeps
definition
me
of
going.
and the very definition of a black swan event is something that can't be foreseen
Exactly.
or is very difficult. Okay, Sandy says she's answering Linda. What did Linda say?
And she said, I just joined. Are we getting the $2,000?
Okay, welcome, Linda. I'm glad you could be here. Absolutely, yes, we're going to get it, but there might be a delay. It, yeah, so I think that that disappointment that Sandy's talking about is just the delay. Now, here's the question: is this going to be the beginning of, like Stacy said, a regular payment that we get? Let's say as long as the tariffs are in place, because I guess there's a possibility that the other countries might get tired of having to pay the tariffs. If they drop all their tariffs to zero, we would reciprocate, right?
Correct.
And in a way, that would be like getting a bonus because all the prices would drop, gas would drop to below $2 an hour, and beef would drop, and eggs, all that stuff, all the things that we all love to consume. Okay. Will it be tax free? You could just not pay any tax on it. I mean, when they give you money like that, you're supposed to do your taxes. Just don't do your taxes. Don't pay it and see what happens. I doubt anything will happen to you.
Well, it's like the checks, the stimulus checks that we got during the time of co and vid. They
Right?
was supposed to be tax free. Mine got taxed.
How did that happen? Because I
So
mean, I got my checks. Of course, I totally squandered one of them by getting it ruined and then not getting it replaced within the year period. So I lost $600. But I received checks that I put into my bank account here. How did they tax you on it?
see, with me, I had the 4 jobs, and all of them had to do with working with the elderly or the handicapped. So I could
Mhm.
not stay at home like other people did. So I was
Oh,
still on top of getting the checks. So mine ended up getting taxed. Other people who got to stay at home and weren't making a paycheck, I
I
take it by what I got through the news and everything, they didn't have to pay taxes on it.
so did they just take the taxes out of the check, or did you have to
Yeah,
like do it at the end of the year? How does that work? I don't even know.
yeah, yeah. I ended up paying in at the end of the year.
Huh. All right. Okay, so will how long will the dividends last, and how many can we expect to get? Is this going to be indefinite? That's the question. Is there an end to it?
Huh, Elisa is with us tonight. Hi, Elisa.
Oh, thanks for joining, Elisa. Right. This is looking really good. That's the plan, I believe, in justice. Of course, with justice as the outcome, and there's a long-term plan that's being worked on that as long as I'll say it this way, as long as there are tariffs, as long as there are tariffs, there will be dividend checks coming in. Looking at those cups. Hmm. Yeah, I would say that that's the plan. That they're working on a plan that, at least until we get full blown Nasara Jasara coming in, where there's no need, there will be no need for tariffs anymore, and there will be no need, and we won't have taxes anymore. And that's the other thing. They're gonna when they so that's one way I could look at this, that if they stop the income tax altogether, then there will be no need for the rest of it. Of course, my problem is my ignorance on how this stuff works because I purposely don't engage in politics and finances, but look at all those pentacles.
Well, I do know that they have been talking and been hearing that we're going to get paid back for all the taxes we've ever paid in. So this is probably their way of coming up with money to do so.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think we will see multiple dividend checks, but not indefinitely. It's more of a stopgap measure before they are able to completely change uh, the way we deal with money in this world. Okay.
Right on.
What was the other question I had about this? Are we done with the dividend? Yeah. Okay.
Um,
So the other thing I want to
yeah.
get to real quick was the this bill that's been introduced into Congress. It was on October 30th. Made a note of it here by Elizabeth Warren, the Democrats. Which, hey, if the Democrats want to do something good for us, I'm not going to argue with that. So this is a $200 addendum to Social Security. Have you guys heard about that? Let me know in the chat if you've heard about this because this is something that Cherie hadn't heard about. And so I'm just wondering what's in the public knowledge out there? How many people have heard about this and what do you think about it? Just read you what I got here. Democratic senators have introduced the Social Security Emergency Inflation Relief Act. The bill aims to add $200 to monthly Social Security payments for the first half of 2026. This is intended to help seniors. That's me, I'm a senior now. Veterans and those with disabilities deal with inflation. The payments would be tax free and wouldn't impact eligibility for other assistance. Okay. What's insulting, Tanya?
Only $200.
Only
Only
$200?
$200. Yeah. I mean, it
Okay.
is. Look at how much rent is. Look how much groceries are. I mean, $200 on top of what I'm getting is like would only be like 1,400. Well, 1,400. You can't live a month off of 1,400 in the United States anymore.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I'm still looking.
Yeah. I'm out of touch. And for the up until a couple of years ago, I was sometimes living on $3 a day. And so see, this is why I believe that my philosophy of minimalism and living on a very low budget is actually better than making a whole bunch of money. because no matter how much money you make, it's never going to be enough. You're always going to want more. And when you live on the very basic edge of survival, like I did from like 2015 until well, much of until 2000, well, 2022, really. When you live like that and then you get a little more, it's a lot, you know?
True.
And
Very true.
and I still had happiness during that time when I didn't have money. It's not like I was, I don't know. But this is philosophical, and it's just the way that I decided I was going to live my life. I wasn't going to allow money to be the reason for my happiness, you know? And I'm not going to say that I don't suffer, and when I don't have money, but I ignore the suffering and I choose to look at things that make me happy. So it's called
I'm with,
stoicism.
true. And I'm with Sandy. I think we ought to all just up and move to Thailand with you.
Sorry, we've got enough here. We're getting full. Actually, it's not that easy. I mean, there's a lot you have to give up to go live in a foreign country like this, and not a lot of people can deal with it. All right. So yeah, let's take a look at this inflation. Was it inflation? I, I like the name of it. Anyways, let's take a look and see if we're going to get this very disappointing. Only $200 a month, which to me, it's a lot of money to me. Okay. We're not going to say no. I mean, we're not going to turn it down, right? If we get it. So it may not be enough to satisfy people with living in America, but then oh, maybe look at the place you live. Is it too big? Do you have rooms in your house that go unused? Do you have bills that you for things that you don't really need? You know?
Well, I haven't paid for TV for years. I gave up uh, cable TV. I don't have a house phone. I just have a cell phone.
I think most people like that now. Let's see, can you see? Got pro. Um, yeah, cable TV is outrageously expensive. When I went to America and I saw how much people are paying, and I don't really like it. I stopped with regular TV when I came here. Of course, I had no TV, and then streaming started happening online. It used to be to stream something, you'd have to wait for an hour for like an hour program to boot up. Now it's instant. Um, I've told you guys before about these websites, and somebody listening, because I didn't know if you could use it in America. Actually, I've been to America and I use it myself. There's a website where you can stream anything. Like I watch Gilligan's Island on it sometimes, or some old TV show. Some of them have been blocked somehow for some reason. I don't know why. But almost anything that's ever been broadcast, you can get there. And it's free. Okay, so we're looking at this $200 being added. Yeah. And it could be more. And it could go on longer. This is a part of Nasara Jasara, guys.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool that it's coming from the Democrats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing where they are being controlled by the good guys.
Well, I'm
We're
sure
going to
somebody in the chat is going to say that's been going on for a long time, and I think so too. Um,
see.
that it's all a show. Okay, all of politics is a show. It's like, I mean, if I'm honest, they're really trying to make Donald Trump look like a bad guy now, but they always have been. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if who Donald Trump really is. It's all part of the show. Don't get caught up in these personalities thinking that they're special or something. They're all just made up characters for our entertainment, you know? So yes, we are going to get the $200 for the added, and maybe more than that. Who knows? Maybe the Republicans will say, or Donald Trump will say, only $200. Let's make it $1,000 or something like that. You know what I mean? Uh,
Definitely.
and this could be the beginning of many more to come. All right, and it is Nisara Jasara in disguise, basically. All right,
Hallelujah.
cool. So, look, guys, I know everybody's had it rough, and the past few months have been kind of difficult for me because mysteriously, suddenly, my bookings have dried up. Which I'm not complaining. I kind of like having some of that responsibility lifted from me. I have enough to live. I'm paying my bills. I'm not able to get like things that I want, things that I don't need, but things that I want. But that's okay. In life, we shouldn't always get what we want. And what was I going to do here? Oh, yeah, I was going to do this. I want to tell you guys, if you do want to book a session with me, you can come over to my website, share this with you. Let me put this in the chat for you to help you make it easy for you to find. It's not allowing me to copy it. Oh, yeah. Open your eyes, Scott. So let me pop this in the chat real quick. So you can come over. In fact, I'm not going to go through it myself. I'm going to let you do it yourself. You guys have heard me say it 100 times. Go over there, check out my website. I need some kind of return in order to do a session for you, but it's up to you how much you want to pay. My asking fee is $110 for 1 hour, which I know sounds like a lot of money, but that's the going rate. And I'm about to end this, that, and I'm going to start up my members only. If you'd like to join members, look on the website that you're looking, the page that you're looking at right now. You see join. I've now made the members only hangout for anybody in the members, so you only have to pay $2. Because I noticed some people have left the membership, which I understand, but I'd love to get you back. If you'd like to join us, it's just a very casual hangout. We all come together and chat. You can ask me questions there. Before I go, if anybody would like to ask a question here in the chat, if you're not in members, I'll take those. And anyways, that's all. Kind of rambling now. So when I start rambling, it's time to end the live stream. you know? All right, cool. Well, everybody stay optimistic. I know it's been hard paying the bills and keeping food on the table, but it's about to get a lot better. So stay positive and help manifest the world we want. All right. Okay, Sri, I'm gonna say goodbye.
Yep. Everybody have a good
And
night. And no matter what Mercury retrograde does, positive attitude. We'll get through it.
yeah, I'm gonna hunker down and not go out. All right, goodbye, everybody. Have a good night. And if you're a member, join me over on the members only. I'm gonna start that again. Hopefully, I won't have any problems getting that one started. Good night.
Good night.
Okay.